I take Pearson as an example. As I worked there for a few years, there was a decent combination of top down and bottom up movement. We did some cool things moving into Kubernetes and containers. But what you start to do is you pull at this thread. You're like, cool, we're just going to sort out cloud infrastructure. We're just going to think about containers. And before you know it, you're kind of getting into a whole bunch of organizational scar tissue and culture about people's beliefs about what their role is, what their responsibilities are, how people need to work together. Quite often the top-down piece needs to come around how are we setting the parameters for people to work together? And then the technical preferences are probably best informed coming bottom up from the people that are actually using the tech themselves. But I've often struggled in organizations where there hasn't been a set of expectations about behaviors and beliefs that are going to allow you to build the kind of relationships you need to have in an organization to be cloud native.
That's very interesting. So it's a human being kind of collaboration slash culture kind of topic you're pointing at here. So what are some examples of, I guess, behaviors and beliefs, or used a different phrase earlier, I forgot what it was, but I guess human-centric paradigms. What are some examples of those that you think would work?
If you look at what cloud is enabling businesses to do, right? It's ultimately about moving faster. It's about enabling greater agility, better responsiveness. If you get faster, your route to market becomes more aggressive, your ability to realize savings becomes more aggressive. All the things that businesses crave come to you quicker when you think about cloud transformation. So if you play that through, ultimately the infrastructure itself doesn't improve your agility. You can have cloud and still wrap it in 12-week change management processes. Having the infrastructure doesn't solve the problem for you. What you need to enable is this concept of cross-functional teams, right? Rather than thinking about siloed, stovepiped pieces of organizations that have very, very clear and governed entry and exit points, it's about putting groups of people together who can help enable things for a customer or for another part of the business. So I think ultimately, are you enabling a culture in your business that means that cross-functional teams can be a thing? Can you bring all these different groups together? I've had this experience firsthand working with security teams, right? DevSecOps is hot and everyone's talking about it at the moment, but we had to spend some time with the security function talking about how they couldn't come to our meetings with PowerPoint and Word documents. They had to come with code and contribution. And as we start to get them in that cross-functional team, we said, absolutely, there's a seat for you at this table. We want to make space for your views. What you have to bring to this conversation is really important, but you have to bring it in a form factor that the rest of the team can use. You have to be accountable for your bit of the change. And if you can do that, we will make a seat for you at this table.